end up there, you'll just end up in a grave site, you know, in a cemetery. It happens a lot more than you think. So they say that there's not a lot of old drug addicts. You don't see 80-year-olds injecting heroin. It's very rare, right? It's very rare that you see old people doing drugs. Old, wrinkly, white hair, you know, 80-year-olds in a cane and a walker, they're not doing drugs because they don't, drug addicts don't make it to that age, right? They die young, 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, right? They don't make it that very old in life because the drugs eventually kill them. They overdose. They get so addicted, they just overdose. So another thing I want to talk about is triggers, okay? Your triggers, okay? Your triggers, which a big one is music. Music is a huge trigger, right? Music, it gets emotional or upbeat or whatever, motivational or, you know, gangster rap or whatever. And then you want to do drugs. You want to party. You want to go to a party. You want to drink. You want to do something. You want to take a hit. You want to take a pill, whatever. And those are things you want to be aware of. You want to know what your trigger is, because when you feel like that, got to be like, damn, that's some crazy music, but I'm not gonna fall for it. You know, I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna take a protein drink. I'm just gonna do some push-ups. And I'm gonna walk around the block with a weighted vest on. You know, you don't have to let your triggers get the best of you, because once you do, you know, it could be the last time it does, right? Because you'll overdose and die. So music's a big trigger. Sometimes it can be movies. Music is a big one. Sometimes it's friends, like the bad friends you have that are the drug addicts and the drug dealers, and that peer pressure. Sometimes it's a party, socializing, everybody drinking. You know, sometimes it's like everyone in your family sometimes drinks. You got to get away from that. You know, you have to break that cycle and get clean and just be that black wolf of the family, that black sheep of the family, you know, and just be the oddball and just be the sober person all the time. I've been sober and clean for about 8 years, and that's a long time.